5 minutes.
Your awareness may be powerful enough to control your instincts. Your instinct will be to remove your hand from the box.
It's your girl Meesh, and welcome to another episode of the Luv MEESH Podcast. Hey loves, and welcome to another episode of Luv MEESH Podcast. So hey loves, how have you been doing? How have you been doing? We have reached the first week of year 2022 from Sunday to Saturday, like officially a full 7 days, and that's really how fast 2022 finna go. I hope y'all know that. Bruh, it was just New Year's Eve. It was just New Year's Day. And we're already a week in. As a kid, this shit used to go by so slow. And now it's just every year it seems to get faster. But yeah, Happy New Year. I hope you guys are enjoying your new year. Your new start, your new journey, your new resolutions, if you have any or if you don't. I just kind of take it a day at a time. Just try to be a better me today than I was yesterday. Of course, we have millions of milestones that we want to accomplish, short term and long term. But it's really every single day that builds up to the smaller and larger goals, aspirations, etc. So each day really should be the focus. However, I hope you have been doing well. As long as you're growing and evolving and spreading love, you're on the right path, and I hope you see the fruits of your labor. So I am outside right now soaking up this good sunshine. I swear, I'm a plant inside of this body. I need the sun. I hate winter. And I have noticed that when I take my vitamin D, I was taking one pill, which is 1,000 IUDs, and I upped it to 4, and I've noticed I do feel better when it's cloudy and cold and all this other stuff. Speaking of cold, you hear the congestion in my nose and my throat, all of this. This makes cold number 3. And I'm fucking sick of it. Something is going on. And we all know what that is. Because this is not normal. Okay? I usually get 1 cold a year. I'm up to 3. I'm up to 3. So this podcast is gonna seem like it's gonna be left, right, up, down. But stay with me. I'm gonna bring it all together and it's gonna be a meal. Different pots. We cooking different things, but when it all get on that plate, you'll be like, yes. Okay, so stay with me. I want to start with something that upset me. I just could not believe that this is the world that I'm living in. I was like, what the fuck? Am I the only one that heard this, see this, understand this? What the fuck? This is not okay. I literally was upset. It upset my spirit, my soul, my everything, and I'm trying to get a better handle on that, because if people can control your emotions, and then they end up controlling your actions, and then they end up controlling your future. If I get you so riled up that I know you're going to commit a crime, you're going to jail, and you may end up getting a life sentence depending on how bad it is. You get what I'm saying? All of that because someone rattled you up. So I know it's important to stay in control of your emotions, etc., etc., but bitches be trying it. I'm like, God, your people is fucking wildin'. All I can say is people be thankful that I'm not Jesus, because I be snapping my fingers left and right. Like, you don't need to exist anymore. You don't need to exist anymore. Okay, let's continue to live this thing called life without these people, because the fuck is they doing? That's how I would be. Unlike Jesus, Lord, forgive them for they know not what they do. No, they know what the fuck they're doing. Absolutely. But let me get... This is from whitehouse.gov, wh.gov. We are intent on not letting Omicron disrupt work and school for the vaccinated. Problematic for everybody, whether you're vaccinated or not. How dare you try to slide segregation back into society? We only 3 generations out, and they trying to start shit back up. Instead of black and white, colored and non-colored, they trying to do vaccinated and non-vaccinated. If people don't see that, I mean, I don't know. Do I need a bullhorn? Do I need to scream it from the mountaintop? Stop drinking the fluorinated water. Like, it's really disrupting your brain cells. Anyways, I'll continue. You've done the right thing, and we will get through this. No, that's problematic. Unfortunately, you have not done the right thing. This is an experimental vaccine. They've done this before. If you just Google the Tuskegee experiments, you will see that they've been experimenting on us. And they still do, especially if your kids are still being vaccinated. And when I have mine, they will not be vaccinated. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I know too much. I've educated myself too much to fall for that trap. And so should you. Not only that, I have a clip of freaking Bill Clinton apologizing. Apologizing. What the fuck is apologizing gonna do? They're gonna apologize for Tuskegee experiments, but nobody has taken the opportunity to apologize for slavery. And what the fuck is an apology gonna do? People have died. People's lives have been affected. People's DNA has been ruined. What the fuck is an apology gonna do with that? So take it and shove it up your ass, because that's how useless it is. Let me continue. For the unvaccinated, you're looking at a winter of severe illnesses and death for yourselves, your families, and the hospitals you may soon overwhelm. That screamed problematic to me, because when I'm at work, I can't be like, bitch, you can't fucking read this letter. You know what I mean? Like, why are you calling me asking me to read the letter? You don't have somebody around you that can help? You can't Google Translate? I mean, I can be so but I have a job. I have expectations, and I can't just do whatever the fuck I want to do, right? Okay, so you are the president of a corporation, which is America, and you can't just go around doing whatever the fuck you want to do. This is unpresidential. Everybody want to holler about how Trump was racist and this, that, the other. But now you got Biden being disrespectful. How dare you put out a White House message like this? In other words, he already said that his patience was wearing thin. Now he has the nerve to say, for the unvaccinated, you basically gonna be sick and die. He put a curse of sickness out and a curse of death out. And I renounce that. And I send that back to sender. Evil eye, send back to sender. No, I wish you sickness, and you, please be careful, because assassinations still exist. You know what I mean? And while we're talking about that, why does it seem like they assassinate people that are trying to do good in the world? Martin Luther King trying to desegregate the world, bring about peace. You know what I mean? Presidents that have been assassinated, that have tried to tell the truth, that try to bring about peace. It's like they assassinate the wrong people, if you ask me. And, no one was trying to assassinate Hitler, And we got this foolishness going on in the White House. And, again, no assassinations. So it's like, is evil really running the show? Because the only people that are being punished seems to be the good people. Even Jesus is running around healing people, and the man was crucified. What the fuck? Like, Did I really sign up to come here for this bullshit? One moment, I gotta go. But I digress, because if I stay here, it could be a whole podcast, and I just wanted to, like, mention that. But that, like, disturbed my whole mind, body, soul, spirit. I'm like, God, like, this shit, it's not cool. It's not okay. A world leader is telling its own people, because your free will was not to be vaccinated, you're going to be sick and die. Why would you say that? I don't see commercials saying if you don't wrap up, you might fuck around with somebody with AIDS and you're going to get AIDS and die. They don't have commercials like that, do they? Absolutely not. Because it's free will, free choice. That just disturbed me on so many levels. It's unprofessional. It's evil. It's immoral. Like, come on. That is not okay. I cannot believe someone allowed him to press send for that to go out as a message. So you know what that shows me? Like, I don't know. I don't feel like that's the president. I feel like it's a clone and someone else is running the show. And it has to be an evil entity, because, like, who would say that? You're looking at a winter for severe illness and death for yourself, your families, and the hospitals that you were soon overwhelmed. I said all that to say, I'm down and out. My mom's down. My dad started sniffling. My sister in her house seems to have a little something. My sister-in-law in her house seems to have a little something. And my baby sister had already told me, like, they was cracking down. They was going to stay in the house because this new shit is out. Because my niece's birthday was in December, and I was like, you want me to take the girls skating? And she was like, no, we about to crack down. I was like, you want me to get a hotel? We can Lysol it down, decorate it real nice. She was like, no, we about to crack down. So my baby sister be on it. She don't be fucking around. But, you know, because of something evil like that, I told you guys I'm not on social media anymore. I'm only on Telegram, and I'm only on YouTube. Telegram and YouTube tells information that's unscripted, whether the government wants it to go out or not. And those are just sites that I want to be associated with. Don't feed me lies. Give me the truth. Straight, no chaser. Okay? But on these groups, you can, make a White House post on your own. And so I was so happy and relieved when people were putting out these posts, because I felt like, did anybody else see this shit? I kind of felt like, am I the only one that saw this bullshit ass message? And when they wrote this, I was like, okay, I'm not the only one. And yes, this is how the message should have been. So I want to read them to kind of like transmute the energy, alchemy, take a negative and turn it into positive, because this world is like insane. Like, if I feel like this, I can only imagine how my grandma feels. She's like 76. And I also want to put a pin in there for a moment. Orange butterfly, that's an omen. Let me look that up real quick. Orange butterfly. I gotta get me an omen book. Spiritual meaning of orange butterfly. I specifically said orange, and it did not bring up orange. Let me see. Spiritual meaning of orange butterfly. Here we go. Butterflies are renowned for their pleasant, almost odd look and flight. That's why you need to know the spiritual meaning and symbolism of an orange butterfly landing or flying around you. Butterflies play a major role in the fertility process of various plants as well as other flowers. Okay, let me skip down here. What is the spiritual meaning of an orange butterfly? Idealism and bliss are at the core symbol of the orange butterfly. The orange butterfly is there to tell us that it is all right if the surroundings happen not to be promising in any case. Wow. Okay, Spirit. And I'm literally telling y'all, like, what the fuck? Where am I? Okay. The orange butterfly is there to tell us it is all right. Is it, Lord? Is it really? If the surroundings happen not to be promising in any case. All right, Lord, if you say so. Okay, so let me get back to it. So on my Telegram groups, which I really, really love, and I'm so thankful for them, because if I wasn't around these like spiritual people, like, I don't know. Thank you, Lord. Just say thank you. Okay. So one person put, to all Americans, we hope you celebrate this holiday season with love, hope, unity, and gratitude. This winter, we will come together to accept one another and focus on what it means to be happy and healthy. We are one nation, indivisible. That's what I want to hear from a fucking president. That's why the whole voting thing is a fucking joke. Y'all can keep voting. If I'm ever forced to vote, I'll put my own fucking name down. Because this is who y'all elected to run the fucking place. It's insane. You might as well just put Hitler up there. It's crazy. So another person put, you're all facing a winter of joy, abundance, and hope. Keep living your lives, laughing, breathing fresh air, hugging those close to you, and leading with love. Another person put, you're all facing a winter of creative expression, new connections, natural immunity, and abundance. Remain hopeful, stay focused on the truth, and enjoy living your lives and hugging your loved ones. And I sure will, because it will always be the truth for me. Okay? Dear Americans, we trust you. Live your lives and be free. Absolutely. Because I trust my fucking self. I don't need nobody else to trust me. Bitch, I trust me. My heart, my eyes, my lungs, these organs are trusting me to do what I need to do for all of us to stay alive. So I'm already the captain of a ship. I trust me. Another person said, Dear Americans, over this holiday season, let us leave segregation and discrimination behind us. Let us build a future of love, unity, and compassion. We are one nation and we welcome all. Another person put, you're all looking at a winter of peace, connection, and unity as more and more truth is found. Continue to be free, speak truth, enjoy good company. Make sure over this holiday season you hug your loved ones, laugh, and stay hopeful. I wanted to start that. I wanted to start this podcast out with a bang. That one message was so disruptive to my whole everything. For people to come back and recreate those scripts to what it should be, I think that's really how life is. Like, if life is just this horrible place, just remake it what it should be. I think that was the message that was supposed to be for me, and I could have just focused on, oh, that really disrupt me, anger, or, okay, if you guys want to move that way, I'm going to move this way and continue to create the world that I want to live in, that I want for my kids and grandkids. And I choose to focus on that, because that other message was unfucking acceptable. Okay. So I wanted to lead with that. So now that I have that out of the way, let me scroll down. I wanted to pick up where I left off with my previous episodes. I told you guys I was going to like a yoga thing. I said the name wrong. Now that I have the screenshots, let me say it right. So LaToya Goodman hosted an event at the J. White Business Center, where there were light refreshments, nutritional coaching, therapeutic music vibe, self-care journaling, group chats, affirmation, chakra dress up, and photo sessions for Let's Grow. And that event was so therapeutic for me. That's exactly what I needed, bringing in new year. And I'm so thankful for my cousin for inviting me. So I'm going to pause for a moment and shout out my cousin. So congratulations, cousin. I wanted to start doing a local business shout out on the podcast. And it may start out as local and then it may just be a business shout out. But for now, we're going to do local. So my first local business shout out, which is new to the podcast, will be for my cousin Ttyl. I'm so proud of you. She has her own business, which is a beauty line. You can visit her at ambiologic.com, and I'll spell that. I said that so wrong. Amore, which is going to be in all of my children's name. Absolutely. I have it written down. Different versions of love. But she spells it amorbiologique.com. Description is in the link. And let me see, because I think I have it pulled up. Yes, I do. So welcome to Amore Biologique. Your skin is your first impression. Amore Biologique is a natural skincare company. We help both men and women with some of the most common skin care challenges, such as acne, dry skin, uneven skin tones, eczema, hyperpigmentation, just to name a few. We are pleased to have you as a customer and more excited for you to become a regular client. Shop today. So I'm on her website and I just wanted to go over some of the products. So at the event that I was telling you guys out, she was able to set up her table and I was actually able to smell her cream, do some samples. I'm just so proud of her. Everything looks amazing and I'm just so happy that we're getting back to nature, to holistic health, to beauty. Like, I just want to shout out everybody that's on their ancestor shit, because that's what it is. We are going back in time. We're going back to our roots. My mom has a whole fucking garden. She made greens and them greens was so fucking good. Okay? Them canned greens and them store-bought greens don't have nothing compared to a garden green. And my dad's fucking phenomenal. He's about to make her, I remember him fixing everything on his house. From the roof to under the house, inside the house, around the house, yard work, cars. It's just fucking amazing. And I don't think I want a man that is not like that. Like, I'm sorry. That's just how I was raised. He called for help like once or twice. Something was stuck in the pipes and the guy had to come. That was one. And then I think he had roof work done. Like the shingles and stuff, because you know you got to get warranties and stuff for that. But other than that, he does every fucking thing else. So shout out, Dad, you are amazing. And shout out, Mom, because you are kicking ass with this garden, okay? And I'm gonna take notes. She don't want to do a YouTube or anything, y'all, but I'm gonna take notes so I can pass it on to my sisters, to my nieces and my nephews, to my family, because who can keep going to the grocery store? Bitch, we putting seeds in the ground and we eating these seeds, okay? But let me get back to my cousin. She has a Bare Silk beard moisturizer, beard wash, Captain Black, honey and oat facial bar, mini soaps, Mud Nature, peppermint cleansing bar, peppermint face oil, peppermint face scrub, peppermint impressions kick, Rosé, which is her new line, body butter, Rosé body scrub, Rosé body wash, sinus steamer, travel bag. Like, I'm just so fucking proud of my cousin. Like, cousin, you better go. You better go. I want to see you in fucking Target. I want to see you in fucking Dollar Tree and Family Dollar. You line your shit up in everybody's store, okay? You don't forget about any customer. You have something low for the low customers. You have stuff for your high customers. Don't be too bougie. Don't sell yourself too short. Get all the coins, cousin. I am just so proud of you. So shout out to her. I remember her throwing this idea out there. I remember her coming up with a name. I remember her getting a logo. I remember just the small beginnings, and she's doing events now. You know, she has a business line, business mailing address. Like, I'm just so fucking proud of her. And that's my Aries, like my spiritual advisor. She was like, Libra, when you look at your when you look at your zodiac chart, it's a circle. And whatever is across from you, that's who you need to like meet up with and balance out. So I'm a Libra. We're like airy, like all these ideas. Bitch, it might take, you see, it took me 6 years to get fucking realtor's license. We be wanting to do this shit. We just need a team because, bitch, we be in the fucking air. But she hit the ground running. And I don't even think it's been a year. And like, look at her. So I'm just like so proud of her. So that's my, that's God putting Aries in my life. Like, boo, yes, you can do these things a lot faster than you're doing them. And I hear you, God, but we are focusing on the mind right now. And I don't give a shit about anything else but my sanity. Like, that's where I'm at right now. But, that was my business segment. Shout out to Shantae. Again, check out her website. She's also on Instagram. And, you know, support Black businesses. Black owned, Black female. And she's making stuff for the men. Hello. So, yeah, that was my local business shout out. And once again, congratulations, cousin. I am so fucking proud of you. So fucking proud. All right. I also wanted to do like YouTube recommendations, which I usually do them all the time, but I guess these will be more self-care. This morning, I made me some lime water. Yes, we're trying to get our whole fucking life together. And I made some tea because, you know, president and the evil Nazi scientists that didn't die or just sent to America are fucking trying it with these fucking experiments. I feel like it's in the air, it's in the food and the water. So the best thing that we can do is to just stay up on the vitamins, the zinc, the vitamin D. And I actually made turmeric. So I went to Whole Foods. I got big ass garlic chunk. I got a whole tin full of turmeric. I found this YouTube video where this lady was like, just boil it for 45 minutes, add some lemon. Different people had different methods, but I'm just telling you what I did. I added agave because if it's not sweet, I'm probably not going to drink it. Cinnamon and cayenne pepper. And that thing had me running to the bathroom, doing everything that you can do in the bathroom. And it literally cleared me out. So I didn't have a sore throat. My mom did, but it's like clearing out. And I'm going to do it again today. I have my tea, and I'm just going to stay on top of it because they already sending death, ill will out to the whole world, which is just so demonic on so many levels. But I'm going to flip that around. I send herbal healing out, okay? I send herbal healings and teachings. And first of all, get you some herbal books for your families, men and female. Get you some herbal books to put on the shelf. You never know when you're going to be down and out. You can pick up that book, flip a couple pages, and boom. You know, there's the recipe to heal yourself. So get you some herbal books. Keep you some herbs in the house. Start a herb garden if you can. And, you know, eliminate those hospital bills. Because no one should care more about you than you. You're running to the doctor to help, to give you a prescription and all this other stuff. Well, just like I tell my mom, the doctor has a job. His job is to hear what your ailment is and write a prescription, right? He's literally doing his job. He doesn't have to care about you to do that. I love you, okay? My love is more than that care that the doctor is doing. It's more than the prescriptions, more than all of that. Like, yes, do what you need to do to be healthy. But someone like loving you and giving you holistic remedies and giving you books and stuff, like that's right. Like that's love. I love you to life. Okay. The hospital can love you to life or death. Okay. I only have one. My love is going to be for life. I said all that to say this morning, in addition to, you know, doing my lime water, just, you know, being more accountable for my own health and not just upset about the evilness that's going on. Just recognizing, okay, they're doing some shit with the air. They're doing some shit with the water and some shit with the food. So what are you going to do about it, Jamisha? What are you going to do? Okay, I'm going to do my vitamins. I'm going to do my tea. And I'm going to practice my meditations and my yoga that I've been putting off for fucking years. So this is where I am now. Do you see what had to happen? A whole fucking pandemic to make me sit down and meditate and do yoga. Like, So who's really to blame here? Could be myself. So this morning I did yoga. So I want to shout out 20-minute yoga, start your day. What is her name? Let me go get her name, okay? Let me go get her name. Because we're not finna do that. Yes, the description is in the link, but we're going to see if we can get her name too, okay? Hold on. Her name was Ariana Elizabeth. You can find her on YouTube. She's thinking about training people in yoga, and I've been looking at those yoga classes for like $2,000-$3,000. I'm going to sign up. If she commits to it, I'm going to sign up and be her client. And that's what I wanted to do this year. I want to spend some of my hard-earned money for people that are helping me in my life, okay? I signed up for the Reiki retreat. Sharita has helped me so much. It's the most expensive purchase I've ever made outside of a fucking car. But it's going to help me be certified in Reiki. It's going to help her and her family. And it's going to end up helping all my family and friends and anybody that I can touch locally with Reiki and remotely. And I can turn it into a business if I want to. So that was my first major big purchase with someone that I know. A lot of these purchases are usually with people that I don't know, but I want to start shopping black, spending black, and helping people in my universe, in my circle, in my community. So Sharita will be first. She'll be second. So yeah. And I did the 20 minutes this morning, and I liked it. She was like, and make sure at the end, when you cross your hand on your third eye, she was like, on your third eye, to make sure that you have positive thoughts throughout the day. Put your prayer hands on your throat to make sure that you say kind things today. Put your prayer hands on your heart to make sure that you're sending out love. Like, I literally need to do that every morning, because the first moment someone gets on my phone with the bullshit, I bounce the bullshit right back. And I don't want to be like controlled like that. So I want to do this like every morning, which means, God, I'm going to have to get up early, which is something I've never done in my life ever. But yeah, it's okay. Starting something new. Just getting up extra early to make sure I can do my smoothies and teas and stretch and yoga. And as I was stretching, I was just like, thank you, body. Thank you, arms and fingers and toes and legs, and just like stretching. And I'm so like unstretched. It's ridiculous. I just sit down all day at work and just take calls. And if I go for walks, I go for walks. But stretching really like helps your muscles. Like, walking is just helping that blood flow, but stretching is just as important. So shout out to her, because I have a yoga book, but actually seeing someone do it and just her nice words of encouragement, that interaction, that's what was missing for me. So I'm like so thankful for her creating that YouTube and putting it out there, because it's helping me. It's helping me. And I really think that's what we're all supposed to be doing. Creating whatever the fuck it is that you create, but the end result is that it's helping someone, And who knows? She probably was in a crisis in her life, and yoga helped her, and she probably just wanted to turn around and help others. You never know. Like, usually your crises becomes your savior, and you end up being a savior for others. Like, look at that. Again, that could be a whole nother podcast. Stay with me, y'all. I said we were cooking a meal. The plate is going to be beautiful in the end. We're just getting started. I also wanted to start recommending a podcast. And the podcast that I wanted to recommend was Earwolf and Chris Gethard. This podcast has really been therapeutic for me. I can't believe this is fucking year 3. Like, I'm about to get like a shirt made, some coffee mugs. I already got it on my link tree. Like, I'm really gonna be like promoting. Like, this is so therapeutic for me. And I hope like at least one person is like learning something or getting something from it. because I be pulling from so many sources that help me, and I just want to sprinkle that. I'm just sprinkling the love, y'all. That's all. I'm not a guru, a teacher, or nothing. Like, I don't have the answers about shit. I'm fucking here. Being here right now is all I have, but while I'm here, I'm sprinkling the love and sunshine that people have sprinkled on me. That's all I'm doing. I'm just reflecting it right on back out there. But I was listening to, I remember I brought up the podcast and I wanted to start recommending podcasts because I remember, oh my God, this is not the first time I've been in this place in my life. Damn, reflection. I've been here before. I've been in this pit before. And I remember I turned to a podcast. It was 2 at the time. Like, before anybody was ever talking about podcasts, I've been on fucking podcasts, okay? I'm a podcast OG. I just didn't know I was going to start one. And I had to wait for Anchor FM to be born. See, sometimes you're not where you are because what's supposed to help you get there hasn't been born yet. Aha! Which means we all have a mission and we should complete our mission because other people are depending on us to complete our mission. Damn, we really need each other. But I remember I was getting out of a long-term relationship with my guy. I had moved to another state. I was moving back home. I felt like the same place. It's very familiar, deja vu-ish. And which means it's a trigger. Oh my God. My therapist is going to have a field day with me. Y'all pray for me that I find a therapist. I really need a therapist that handles different things because it's not just one thing with me. If she or he listens to the podcast, they'll pretty much get it. That if they have the time, which they do, you know, they're going to be like, damn, we got some work to do with this one. And I already know. I know. But I'm willing to do the work. But anyways, it was 2 podcasts that I was listening to. One was called Laugh or Go Crazy, with a guy and girl best friend, and they were hilarious. They used to be they were teachers, and one of their teacher friends died, and it inspired them to start a podcast, and that's how that podcast was born. And they were talking about spirituality, you know, way before. So they were giving me sprinkles of spirituality because I wasn't researching it into it like I am now. I was just listening. I was able to give them an ear to listen to these different ideas about crystals, to listen to these ideas outside of Christianity. I did give them that much. So they were little did I know they were sprinkling that spirituality on me, and look at me now. Full blown, got crystals. You know what I mean? Little did I know where I'd end up, but it was another podcast that I was listening to, which was Chris Gethard, where people would call in anonymously for an hour and just talk to this man, and he'd give them advice and then hang up. And it started with him going to therapy. He's always recommended Talkspace. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Talkspace. I just gotta find somebody, because the last therapist that I went to, I wanted her to help me with grief, and she ended up talking about relationships, and I get it. I know I need to work on that too. But damn, can you help me grieve? Can we do one thing at a time? It's like she didn't even touch that. She just acknowledged it, and then it was like, okay, let's work on this. Like, no, help me with this fucking grief, because it's gonna keep hitting me. So yeah, I really like how he went through so much stuff in his life. He got therapy, and then it birthed this podcast to where he can't really give people therapeutic advice, but he can give them a listening ear. He can let them call in anonymously, get shit out their chest, make them laugh maybe, refer them to Talkspace, and go on about his life. And I remember just listening to these podcasts for like hours, and they were so therapeutic. They were, giving me new ideas, helping me laugh, giving me, little sprinkles of help in this thing called life. And I find myself doing the same thing. It's so crazy. It's so crazy how the very things that help you end up doing to help someone else. Oh my gosh, like, this is just such a beautiful day. Thank you, sun. Thank you, life. Talking sometimes is like therapeutic, but yeah, if you have a chance, just go check out Earwolf Chris Gethard. You can scroll through, like, he gives descriptions unlike me, so So you can scroll through and see like what you want to listen to. And it's just amazing. And here I am like, oh my God, my relationship just ended. And then I hear an episode about this man being blown up and pieced back together and having to, rediscover his life. And it's like, bitch, you are okay. This man was not okay. So it's like, sometimes you really need, like you only know about the people in your life or the TV shows and movies, but just hearing about this man literally died, was blown up, and the doctors pieced him back together, and he has to make do with that. And bitch, you're sad over a breakup, and people go through a million breakups. So yeah, sometimes we just need to hear stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna be sprinkling different episodes, and y'all know I'm a roll of a dice. It's gonna be some sexy episodes, it's gonna be some spiritual episodes. This one just happened to be like more of a therapy episode. Matter of fact, I've noticed I do categories a lot. I have categories at work, I have categories in my life. I'm really like a category person, and I just kind of saw that. So with Apple iTunes Podcast, which you can get them if you don't have iPhones, you just go to iTunes Podcast and you can download it on your computer. I don't know about the Android phones, but you can definitely get it on your computers. My podcast, I put them in. Does it tell you how many shows you have? God, I probably have over 100 shows, and I deleted a lot, so that's bringing it down. But I put them in categories. One of the categories is mommy. So I have like mommy podcasts that I listen to. Another one is therapy. There's therapy podcasts that I listen to. I have funny as fuck as a category. I have Love Meesh for my own podcast. I have story because there's this one podcast that I listen to called Bright Sessions, where this therapist talks to people with supernatural powers. And you get to hear, like if it's raining, you're going to hear the rain in the background. If somebody slams the door, you'll hear the sound. I don't know what that's called, but I remember we went to Disney World with my parents one time, and I think we went to Epcot Studios, and it was a whole like studio in there. And my dad was selected to like move this iron thing, and when you shook it, the vibrations sounded like rain and thunder. But yeah, I really like different podcasts. I'm a different kind of girl anyway, so I do remember growing up listening to Mr. Whitaker, like it was like a Christian radio, that's what you call them, like a radio series, radio story with my parents growing up. I think we listened to about two different, it was Mr. Whitaker, and then another one was like, it was like a singing man. Man, my parents, they made sure they was going to put some Jesus in us, because it's enough hell in the world. It's enough hell in the world. They was make sure they was going to put every drop of Jesus in us. But yeah, so since that was born in me, I still like a good story podcast. So I have a category called story. I have a podcast called life, where like people just, they just be talking about life, like girl. And then I have Boss Lady. I have my Boss Ladies. I have a real estate one that I listen to called Riel. She's a business boss babe. I got Gary V in there. I have a spiritual podcast. Guess which one has the most? My spiritual podcast has 22. My Meesh at Night has 33. So if we were to look at if I would put these podcasts in a pie chart, freaky, I guess, or sex coach, sexology, whatever, that would be number 1. And then spirituality is number 2. Boss would be number 3. Life would be therapy would be number 4. No. Meesh at Night would be 1. Spiritual 2. Therapy 3. Boss 4. Life 5. Mommy 6. And then you got funny, story, and Meesh. So that just goes to tell, that just kind of shows you my interest right there. So yeah, that will be my podcast recommendation. I'll make sure to throw out a podcast every now and then. And then I wanted to do Rinky. like a Reiki healing prayer suggestion topic or person or whatever. And I want to say that we need to send some Reiki healing prayer to political people in power right now, because they are cutting the fuck up. Okay? Send them prayer to help them heal their old childhood wounds, because they are literally in places of leadership and they do not have the mass public's best interest at hand. So angels, spiritual guides, mentors, please go out and, help those people in very high places so they can lead from a position of being the best versions of themselves, which will also help them lead to be a better leader. Because, yeah, they cutting the fuck up right now. So damn, that was like 40 minutes already. This is gonna be a part 2 because I ain't even touch on what the fucking podcast is about yet. Oh my god. So but wait, we cooking. It's you gonna see the plate. You gonna see how it all came together. Okay. So this is part 1. I'm gonna catch you guys on part 2, where we will really get into what this podcast is about. Namaste, Lovaste, and no matter what, take a moment if you need. But vibe high, babe. Vibe fucking high. Because vibing high is going to keep your energy high. It's going to keep your vibrations high. It's going to keep good things flowing through and around you. And it's going to bounce those negative things the fuck away. And that's what we want. It's like the evil eye is a fuck you to evilness. Vibing high is like a fuck you to low vibes. Okay? So I will catch you guys on the next episode where we can really talk about, what this podcast is going to be about, okay? Catch you on the next one. Thanks a million for listening. There's a million podcasts in the world. You clicked on this one, this one, to hear what I have to say. I hope universe has a special message for you. You can reach me on Linktree at /love.meesh. I hope you have a better than great day. Love ya. Talk to you later. Bye.
You all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet, I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?